Hello and welcome to Real Talk, coming to you live on SABC 3, where the stage is yours. So for all you comedy lovers, love him or love him, there's no doubt that he has become a bona fide comedy genius and a legend in the field in just 10 years. Skhumba Hlophe will be on your screens a little bit later on the show, but now, because we like to make money, just when you thought we knew all about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, virtual money, enter Stadex Wildlife, a cryptocurrency-based business that seeks to preserve and protect endangered species from hunters, poachers, predators. A business that was started by Tumelo Ramaphosa, who shares a penchant for wildlife and buffaloes like his father. He has a Master of Science from the Hlophe International Business School, and he ain't trying to be just the president's son. And he's here to tell us more about the business. With him is Tumelo is the chief. Welcome to the show to Tumelo Ramaphosa. Joining him is Chief Investment Officer Stadex Sakile Damini. You see, guys, I'm getting confused already. Because to be fair, I still don't understand what Bitcoin is.
Got it.
Many people have tried to explain it to me, and all I know is that it's a virtual stokvel, basically. Now you come in here, Tumelo, and you want to introduce us to protecting animals but making money at the same time.
That's right.
How does that work?
Well, essentially, with Stadex Wildlife, as you said, cryptocurrency to preserve endangered wildlife species. And so why making a cryptocurrency is to globalize it. So whole idea with Bitcoin is to decentralize information and to decentralize data. So instead of having a South African auction, now it's global. By being a cryptocurrency, it's online, it's more global, and there are more people that can be and play a part in it.
Okay, but when I was reading up on it and, you know, going further into a hole of confusion, and I was like, thank God these gentlemen are here to explain it to me. There was something that spoke about, let's say you have one buffalo, which is worth 12 million, and then you can take it up to 100 buffaloes. How does that work out?
Well, it's just like with mining, like you're making with mining Bitcoins.
Yes.
It's the whole computational, mathematical solving problems of making new Bitcoins in the blockchain.
Okay.
So with us, with our mining effort, it's with the reproduction, the breeding. So we reproduce these animals, and as they reproduce, they gain in value. So with Stadex, it would be an $850 million initial coin offering, like an initial purchase order.
Okay.
So when a company goes and lists on the stock exchange, we would go and list on a cryptocurrency blockchain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Sakile, what does $850 get me?
$850 gives you access to
850 million. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the...
You left out a few zeros. That's a costly mistake. Okay, so so to buy in, I need 850 million?
No. Essentially, you have everybody in the world who will buy in to Stadex at $850 million. That'll be the initial coin offering. Okay. Just as we have now with token sale at Chankura.com, which is the exchange which we will list on. Currently, right now, that's a $100 million initial coin offering. And what we're doing is that we are making our exchange a coin.
Okay.
So we are listing it on our blockchain, on our exchange to make it a coin, and following the Binance model. Binance, international exchange just like ours, but we're also making ourselves a coin. And with the initial coin offering is raising funds as you would with initial purchase order. So people would buy in and invest at $100 million. Once we've capped that, then we list it, and then it becomes a coin. Once it becomes a coin, then...
It's a very expensive coin.
Well, it's a global. It's a global. So everybody and anybody can play part, and they need to now buy Bitcoins and then convert those to Ethereum. And now you can do all of this on our Chankura.com exchange.
Sakile, please explain it to me like I'm really stupid.
Perfect.
Right?
Perfect. Bitcoin is money for the internet.
Yes.
That's basic. That's just simple.
But now, and this has always been my question about Bitcoin.
For sure.
If I have a coin and it's worth, say, 28,000, right? What does it mean for me? Because now I can use that Bitcoin to buy in places that allows me to buy in Bitcoin. So it's currency that can be used in places that accepts Bitcoin, right? Now, your Stadex, where can I use these coins?
This is a perfect question. I think that's the one aspect that we're missing in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency aspect, and that's one thing I'd like to thank you and the team for the platform, is communication.
Yes.
If people don't ask the right questions, it's hard for us, the people that are knowledgeable about the space, to share our expertise and our knowledge to be able to begin a dialogue.
Okay.
Bitcoin, that you said, Bitcoin, the price is 28,000.
Yes.
That's a price for one Bitcoin.
I mean, it fluctuates,
It
right?
fluctuates,
Yeah,
obviously.
so let's say at this current moment it's 28,000.
28,000.
Yeah.
Let's take that for example. Bitcoin can be split up into a 1/1,000,000th. So let's take a rand, for example, right? Irandi Ishumi is 100 cents.
Yes.
You can split it up theoretically into 100 cents. You can give each and one of your nephews 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent. Bitcoin, one Bitcoin can be split up into millions. So you can take one Bitcoin and you can take 1,000,000 people and give them one Satoshi, which is 0.0000 all the way to the 8th.
I'm with
so
you.
the reason why it costs 28,000 is because you can take 28,000 and divide it by 1,000,000.
Okay.
That's why in retrospect it will ultimately be not that expensive because it can be divided into such small increments.
Yes.
And the reason when you said it can be accepted anywhere, cryptocurrencies with statics that would allow us to almost interact with other zoos and other wildlife parks, whether in China, whether in the United States. So now people are able to breed.
Okay.
So if emakaya in Eilaland, you know who has a hash or a donkey that you guys need to pay with, now you can do it digitally and be like, hey, Tumelo, Sakile at Statics, please can you guys please tell us your list of animals? We have this side.
So these
We'd like
coins
to. There we go.
are worth an animal that is currently somewhere.
There we go. So we're digitizing cattle and wildlife.
But
and
they
put it-
must be existent
Oh,
somewhere.
for sure.
That's right.
For sure.
I must be able to say
Yeah.
I've got 30 statics and they are worth 30 buffaloes and these buffaloes
That's
are
right.
currently in Northern Province in South Africa.
No, globally. They could be anywhere. in
They
the
can
world.
be, and I'm just giving them
So
a
right
location.
now, currently, the animals we've identified are the endangered wildlife species in South Africa,
Yeah.
the gorillas in Rwanda,
Yeah.
and the royal horses in Dubai, the Dubai Super Cup
So
royal
if
horses.
they're endangered, does this not make them more endangered if they are now literally what we grew up as gold? Because remember, a rand used to equal gold at the Reserve Bank.
You see, that's a very good question, another good question, because there we go. It's like, but that separation of the marriage between a dollar being referenced to the price of gold, you know,
Yes.
$1 equals so much of gold.
Yeah.
You can't actually do that. But with us now, you actually can. With Bitcoin, every Bitcoin is referenceable through computational data on the
something.
blockchain. Yeah. So you can now, every Bitcoin that is mined, every Bitcoin that is transacted and sold is cryptographically saved on the blockchain. So for instance, with the statics tokens are going to be now Ethereum ERC 721 code, right? So now each animal becomes its own coin.
Yeah.
Now each animal will represent a different price. So even with the $12 million buffalo, you'd have now people investing now in that $12 million buffalo.
To protect it.
To protect it, yes. So you'd be investing in the drones. So you'd invest in the whole business that allows these animals to be protected.
And even
So-
the DNA of the animal in terms of its hereditary
Yeah.
and the next generations of those animals.
So you're paying for the reproduction of it because
we
it's
go.
quite pricey to have a buffalo mate and to reproduce.
go.
You're paying for that, which then, so I've paid for it and I own it, right? Along many other people.
There we go.
Are we still paying in more money for its upkeep?
You would pay for its upkeep. We could either manage
bank charges?
Yeah, bank charges
Yeah.
essentially. So it is your investment. So now you invest in. So let's say with the initial coin offering, right? So we'd list animals on the pre-sale for the initial coin offering. So you'd buy the buffalo at $12 million, or all these various animals at your own investment appetite, right? So
Okay.
then when the ICO finishes, now the coin gets listed on the exchange and then now it jumps. It goes up like a stock price. So it could go 10, 20, 50, $100 billion. It could
And one
market cap.
buffalo that I paid into could result in us having 50 buffaloes.
You could result in 50 buffaloes, but then your $12 million buffalo could be a $100 million buffalo. Because it's global, now there are more people who can auction online. And as I said, instead of the
Access
centralization of South African auctions, is that we can have auction almost any time.
It's a
So we become a
very-
bigger auction.
It's a very high-end situation.
We're
The
trying
fact-
to get it there. You know, we're trying to be the future of money. So
Yeah.
every client would have virtual reality goggles.
Yeah.
And they would now be able to buy, sell, and trade within the virtual reality goggles. So it would be a virtual world. And why I kind of created this business, because I almost made myself a customer. In San Francisco, you know, I missed being at home, I missed, you know, flying my drone around at home. I mean, I even make my flying harness my uniform every day. So this is it. Yeah, this is my uniform.
Okay,
So
I even see you wearing a Bitcoin jersey there. You are
that's
living the
uniform.
brand.
It's my uniform.
Okay, quickly before I let you guys go, first things first, you guys are gonna come back. We're just wanting to see if we're interested. Now we know that.
okay.
So you guys are getting a second date. You're getting a second date.
Now it's warm
so we
now.
can talk at length about this. But quickly, we just got a question from the viewers who said, is the risk involved if the animal dies? Then what happens? Do I lose now the money?
That's a good thing. That's a good thing if animal dies, actually, because animal dies, we now would now...
We've reproduced.
No, as we reproduce, now in the whole initial coin offering, there's now an activity called burning tokens. So as you burn the tokens, you take them off, we would buy them back, and now the price of the whole market cap goes up. Because now there's more scarcity, there's more demand for that. Because there's
but my animal is dead. Where's my money?
You get recompensated. So even even like other farmers that we would identify on our network. So it's a very...
Okay, so the economies of scale then comes in
there
because
we
we've
go.
got one less buffalo.
There we go.
An example of that would be Uchileguti, the rand is backed by, back in the day, by gold.
Yeah.
If you keep your gold in the reserve bank, if the reserve bank gets held up by a heist, you still have insurance on your money. Okay. So it's not that the gold is gone, it's gone, like the gold would be dead. Yeah. If your gold gets taken away, you'll be compensated for the value of the previous gold and any insurance premium that you had on your funds.
Okay. I am a lot more smarter than I was 10 minutes ago. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We're really out of time. When you come back, whatever you were wanting to say.
14th of July?
No, I'm going to say it now.
Okay.
I promise you.
You say it.
You can hear more from Tumelo and Sakile about their business at the Unlocking Bitcoin Africa Conference happening on the 14th of July at the Sandton Convention Center. For more details, you can visit unblockingbitcoinafrica.io. After the break, it's about to get lit, heated, and controversial. We may even need a disclaimer. Tiza, Skhumba, guys. Skhumba Hlophe is on the other side of this. Thank you, gentlemen.
But I think I'm a funnier guy than him.
Oh, it started. Skhumba says this is not a couch, it's sofa. It's a sofa.
I'm so disappointed.
It's sofa. Okay, wait, welcome back. You're watching Real Talk on SABC 3. Now, who would have imagined that 10 years ago, on his first stand-up comedy gig in Tembisa, no one turned up, not a soul, okay? Skhumba says only the staff members of the restaurant came to see him. But today, he sells out all his shows, and he takes to the stage to a usually packed house, and sometimes even he cannot believe that he's being paid for making people laugh, something he always did since his school days. Now he's one of the most sought-after comedians in the country, appearing on television sitcoms, television commercials, gets endorsement deals as well as corporate gigs. And last year, he scooped the Flying Solo Award and walked away with the biggest award of the night at the Savannah Comics Awards, the Comic of the Year Award. It's his gig on the local radio station that has fans eating out of the palm of his hands. From politics to celebrities, nothing is off limits. He pulls no punches, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've not heard him in the mornings, have a listen.
Yo, ngathi sichathulo ngathi uthatha isichathulo sibeke ebusweni insumpa kaGlen Lewis animtshela ngemsabi insumpa kaGlen and ejim ujima nayo iguga insimbi le insumpa popo uyayipolisha polish insumpa kaGlen uyaza uyabona ibhodo ngaphansi limnyama kanjani insumpa kaGlen Lewis even namabulisa yena ubulisa nensumpa uthi hey bodlene uthi bontsumpa Lentsumpa ineimpahla lentsumpa ye DJ ine gig le weekend lentsumpa leya tsumpa kaGlen ine gig le weekend idlala somewhere eAmaskral.
Skhumba, please can I tell you that it took me 2 hours to pick what I was going to wear because I was so scared whatever I wore you were gonna rag it.
No, I'm not gonna say you. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
And then
like the Christmas tree at the castle. You know the Christmas tree, but we clean up soon, and then the lights go off, and then they put it on when the visitors are opening the gate. Like that now, like that. The top looks like a Christmas tree. Not by Papa T. So like, hello, Anele. You have made it, Joe. I'm on SABC 3.
The stage is yours.
I am so disappointed, though.
Why?
SABC 3. I'm on the couch. You always go to the Slaughterback nigga song, like it was Oprah before.
Yeah.
Oprah was giving away cars and houses and bursaries. And then it was them Logozan, the mama Kuga,
Nolin.
Nolin.
We Kuga.
Yeah, Kuga.
Does she know that? Does she know that?
I guess.
Okay.
Kunamaqhuga kunamaqhude like unolin ikhuga lapha eParliament kunamaqhude. And then who la ngamasofa ngamacarpet akudala. SABC. I thought SABC had money. I thought this thing was supposed to happen somewhere in other channels. Camera in Pugile. What? I'm sorry. Let us focus. Let's have a real conversation.
No, it's fine. This is a real conversation because you said so yourself that you have always been like this.
And I won't change.
Kids in school used to give you their lunch to beg you, please, Skhumba, don't tease me today.
I remember. I think it was high school because when Karachurand. We had mama was the only one working, and obviously no coke and lini, nomkhulu, and imali pension yabo, kokwa imali yakhe yakhe. Makathenga ama chips ne 2 liter cold drink. You guys are enough, and totally next from kule mali.
Exactly.
So I only had mom working, and I had 2 sisters, bazafundi school. So I would not expect my mom to give me about 25 rand to go to school. As a lunch man.
Yeah.
So I will have it 2 rand just to buy my broken cakes. You know those ones? With 1
The
rand.
red ones?
No. Anele when I ufunde,
Okay, yeah.
Levels, levels. When I
You broken cakes.
I don't want to push my brands, but don't have a cake now, man. You know your biscuits, your nice biscuits.
Yes.
They say, when they do the original ones, they say, pants. And then they take those ones to a gas. So 10 rand. It was 1 rand. I'm a broken. Call them broken. And then I'll buy EP. EP was 1 rand. My cake was 1 rand.
Okay.
So if I wanted it cut, I would go and tease someone I don't know as man.
Okay.
There was the actual piece of my tomato. He had big ears. He had huge ears. So I would stand in front, just look at him, and he's like, "Ufunukhan boy."
But when Uti, your mother was strict, but your grandmother is funny, right? But was your mother strict, funny, or just strict?
My mom is not funny at all.
At all?
My mom is not funny. My mom is a good singer. She sings. In her mind, she's Rebecca Maloop. In her mind, but she's not. But she's good.
Okay.
My grandmother is fun. My mom will for everything and anything, Joe.
But are you sure that she's just not funny to you, but to everyone else she's funny?
My mom is not funny at all.
At
my
all?
Mom is strict. My mom doesn't have friends.
Because
my mom is strict. But if my mom was not that strict,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I am today.
You said that because you said you would have been a gangster or you would have been a vendor, so she was strict. When you're saying she was strict, what was she strict about? Your marks?
Time. I know, marks. No.
What about time?
What marks? Where we come from, Nama cameramen work, they know. Marks are not important to us, as long as you pass it. We don't care if you pass an E or a T. I'm not going to sit here and sound smart like the Bitcoin guys. You know, they're trying to rush me in a rush my rate. But see, it's you see, when the economy is like a crunchable, I don't have time for that, man. Pasile. That's all, Joe.
Pumu number 24.
Lalela, Anele. Agrandabo, Pumana, Udulile. Next year, we have seen standard. That was important to our parents.
So what about time? Like
my mom, when I cut until I was about 25. So when I was, like my mom would say, on 6. Not on 6, not on 2 minutes past 6. Until I was a certain age, and on 7. So like my color, I must be home. Because if I'm a minute late, I'm gonna get it, Joe. I don't smoke today because my mom, like she's sharp.
Yeah.
Like she's very sharp. If there's a red date here,
she's got a church
my
nose.
mom will know that there's a red here. You guys will know after 4 days. Because my dad is will. So with time and being strict.
So do you still apply the time thing to your life as now in gigs? You're always on time. You don't do the thing of being a famous.
I think my team will tell you.
Yeah.
When it comes to time, I've never missed a flight in my life.
Yes.
I've never missed a flight. Like in your SABC card, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm really, really scared of time. So I think that what my mom did to me then is applying in my life right now. I've never been late for my radio show or for my gigs.
Nothing.
Nah.
Good.
Oh, piganda.
So when you say you used to sleep in the dining room, not on the dining room table, because I don't know how big they are, this dining room.
Like I said, when you rich, when I go in 4 room, it's 4 bedroom. When I 4 room, give me my cameraman work. 4 room.
Good, 4 bedroom,
dining room.
suite.
So it's dining room.
Yeah.
It's kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my mom and my sisters. So I have sisters and my mom, and obviously it's ladies, they need their privacy.
Yeah.
Ufuna ngilalephi wena?
Eh,
Tandas.
So wait.
Where there's a TV?
Okay.
Oh, a TV room, so
Oh,
wow.
yes.
Yes.
So wait, did you sleep on the dining room table or under?
And who sleeps on top of a table?
Because
Anele, what? Urish kamampela, ne? Talo rish, Anele. You sleep on top of a table.
no.
Black house. Black parents. Ulale phezu kwetafula sidle ulale wena. Uskhumba uyajabula. Uyajabula ba. Ungalala ukhala phezu kwetafula.
So manje, when did
You shift table, like you see,
Mattress.
like the Bitcoin guys, when they were saying the chronological of the Rashmi,
Yeah.
there was a big couch.
Yes.
They moved it. That's what they do.
Okay.
So we moved there, and then roll spongy, tingubo zako, and then
So when your first silly posturepedic, when did you get it?
my what?
Your first bed.
Yeah, wow, no. You should look at Malaysia before posturepedic.
Silly posturepedic.
Why are you so deep? And I think the first time umkhulu wami built a room, outside room,
Yeah.
apparently, which was something good. It was dope, Joe.
Okay.
And I think I was about 24, 25.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, my then girlfriend was pregnant.
Oh, okay. So then you.
Besing stayed.
Okay.
Tell me what that room was. Okay. Was I when I sing right? Then, yeah.
So speaking of your grandfather, somebody's a bigger fan of your grandfather than you. Please roll it.
Skhumba, asishaya nge-accent kamkhulu wakho kanti uMr. Hlophe lapho.
As umkhulu, let me tell you about my grandfather. My grandfather was a legend. My grandfather left when I was about 2. Came back when I was 27. Yeah, he left when I was 2. Came back when I was 27.
How?
Yeah, and he just knocked and walked in like
Like
nothing
he
happened.
left yesterday.
Hey, Sanbonani, right? Si righty. Una 25 years singekho si righty. He's that guy, but he was a legend. He passed on a couple of years ago. But he was that guy. When he's in the toilet, you'll know he's in the toilet. When he knocks, like, somebody. Like, he had that voice. So somebody.
He was a Bitcoin guy.
Yeah, he was. Nah.
He was.
Yeah, he was a Bitcoin.
He was somebody. Listen, it can be pretty hard to believe that he never considered comedy as a career. Since his high school days, he's worked at a police station, the South African Police Service, as a clerk for 13 years just to make a living, earning 3,000 rand a month. But now, comedy pays the bills. And we have to pay our bills. We'll be back with your voice notes and tweets and messages to Skhumba after this. Stay with us. Doors opened up for Skhumba 4 years ago when he was given the chance to showcase his comic talent at the Savannah Comics Choice Awards with other upcoming comedians. And now he does not even have to wait to be booked. He books himself. That's just how much the man is in demand. Loved by his fans for his not holding back, dragged by the weave, take it to the gutter comedy. His followers cut across all genders, class, and languages. And many of you have expressed how much you feel about him. Take a look.
Tatana Skhumba, amitiva, and atala n'wina.
He always entertain us with our stories.
Khuluma ngama-shows like how he started being a comedian. He started, it's been 10 years on the game, I think. Khuluma ngokuthi how difficult it is, but now he is where he is.
Phaya ethembisa sikhona pha siyakwazi ugwara abantu kakhulu naku throwback Thursday. Hey, akamfanga chance ungasigwari Skhumba siyacela. We love you. We love you Skhumba.
Tell me about emotional nje.
I don't want to go crazy. If there's one thing about me, and I don't want to go crazy, and I try by all means to stay away from all of that.
Ne?
To stay away from the love, and I've seen what it has done to some people, young child. It has made them go crazy. So I try by all means to stay in my lane and stay grounded as much as possible, Joe, because that will make you go crazy.
But what about that makes you go crazy? Is the fact that you start to think that you are invincible, that they'll always love you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a great thing, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And But it's not what drives me. It's not what makes me wake up in the morning and say, yeah,
Yeah.
what drives me is that how can I keep it fresh? And I'm scared of indlala, Joe. The only reason I do what I do and I do it as hard as I'm doing it is because I'm scared of going hungry.
Do you think you're like one mistake away from losing it all?
Never. I can make a mistake tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow afternoon. Because I'm in a position where if I fail, I'm going to slip into drugs or go into all these things. I'm not going to get depressed. That you can be sure of. But I'm scared of going crazy in a way. I understand.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're
saying.
when
you're in the industry and and people take you from where you are and put you in a certain position without you even
saying yes.
Yeah, saying yes or no.
Yeah.
They put you in a good no. But it's up to you to always take yourself and bring yourself to where everyone else is and just do your thing, Joe.
And ultimately, that's why you are always funny, because you talk about things that we deal with every day.
I think the reason why I'm relevant is because of Angazanga change. I've never changed anything, Joe. I've never changed. You know when you meet your old school mates and you still call them by name.
Yeah.
And because they see you or they hear you on radio.
Yeah.
Like, no. When you say, yeah, no masonto, you understand?
Yeah.
That says to them,
Yeah.
So nothing has changed. Skhumba, I'm still the same guy. I'm still out as a cast. That will never change.
What I was trying to understand when I'm catching up on your story is, you say stuff like, there was one day you did two gigs, and you made 1,500, and not two small gigs, two very big gigs, ne? Huge gigs.
2009.
Yeah, one had 4,000 people in the crowd.
Yep.
The other one was a corporate gig.
Yes.
And you went home with 1,500.
It was 1,500 to share with Tallest More. So we went home with 750.
So what type of a boss does that make you? Because now I see you do shows where it's Skhumba and friends, right?
Yes.
You put on ensemble cast and you promote.
I'm gonna give you an example.
Yeah.
And did a club gig. You've done comedy. Did a club gig at Casa Tempis.
Yeah.
And I paid him pop-ups a certain amount of money. He was like, boy, why you malenga? I'm like, but that's what you're supposed to get paid in a club gig. He's like, boy, it's too much. It's not too much. It's what we're supposed to get paid, Joe. Why would I call people and say, nah, 50 rand? Nice. These people have families, Anele. People have families. People are seeing comedy as a career. Why do you want to crush it on 150 rand? Why do you want to crush it? Why do you want to crush someone else's dream by because some people will see me as, if I'm going to Skhumba, I'll try and improve my life. I'm not promising anyone anything, Joe. I'm not going to change anyone's life. But I can provide a stage that can take you from this level to that. David Gow never promised me the world, but you gave me Plex only. I was in the stage of Plex only. First of all, in front of 3,500 people, certain convention center. I'm scared, Joe. I was supposed to do 7 minutes. I did 3.5 minutes. People were on the floor. And that was then. And that was that. And those people, some of them followed me, some didn't follow me.
Yeah.
You understand? But what he did was to provide a certain stage for me to run with it, or to say, I'm going to depend on you to provide a platform again. It's impossible.
So when you look back on stories like the day you got paid 200, and you went to a Black Coffee gig, and when you got there, you paid to get in, and then Black Coffee's gone.
Let me tell you, like we started doing comedy. I started doing comedy at Tempis, where no one came, and it was rough. But
it was empty.
But it was building up. It was building up, and I was having fun there. Until Chris Mapane said to me, "You're funny, Joe, but only Kaslako."
This is Chris Mapane,
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you think you're funny, go make other people laugh. In that time, I took it as because I took it as maybe he's punching me or just trying to punch the balloon.
Keep you here.
Yeah. And Zoral. And then Tolismo gave me his spot at Pambata. That was in Centurion. He said to Eugene, because if this boy is not fun, I'm not going to perform here ever again. And I did 3 jokes. My first joke was about my grandmother, and I did a joke about WHP, and then that was that. And then I was called next week. We did Bambata for 4 years. Every Thursday, it was raining hot, dusty, sida every Thursday for 4 years. The highest amount I got paid from that room was not more than 200 rand. And that cost me my relationship. That cost me a relationship, no baby mama, because now you go and you do these gigs, you come home with 50 rand. What are you doing?
And you've been gone the whole day?
You've been gone the whole day. You're in the SAPS to hold 3,000 rand. And 3,000 rand for I must try and save some money because I need a car to go do what I'm doing, Joe. We can't be relying on my lift. Ngapa, in the family, if I go to grocery, if I go to 1, 2, and 3.
But what do you tell your then baby mama when you're convincing her, don't worry, kuzolunga? You know, what are you saying to try to convince her that, okay, fine, I'm going to believe in this dream of yours for one more day?
As people, we're different. We have different goals and different dreams.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you feel like I'm wasting your time in a way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like I'm gonna stay and see where this takes us. But it didn't happen like that. She's a friend of mine now. She grand, she right, she happy.
Yeah.
She right.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that I've learned from Guti. You lose some of the things that are close to you. But if you are in a dream to pursue what you really want, Joe,
you stick to it, regardless of who comes and who goes.
It will rain. When I was doing comedy and working in the SAPS, so you go to a gig. Gigs ended about 11 because you want to watch the headline act because he's the guy that is inspiring you right now. I want to see myself in that spot because we are open spot. Joe, for 2 years at Pambata, we were open, like back to Menimo. When is Menimo? Do you know who was Menimo? It was Skhumba Hlophe, Tips, Tumelo Tips, Miss Shampunizer, Mashabela, Tolesmo, Pop-Pops. Joe, we're many more. When they say many more, they meant us.
And other DJs.
And then and other comedians. So there will be a Eugene Koza, Kiribuni Mlaudzi, and then 2 other comedians, and then many more. Too many more, Joe.
But now, is there a joke that you said long ago, and now you're like, ish, it comes back and you're like, hey, I wish I'd never said that joke, yes?
Aye.
Are you sure?
No. No, Maktal, it depends on the day and the mood I was in. And it's joke. I don't know what is, it's jokes, Joe.
Okay, roll tape.
This is the thing. If me and Pop-Ups die in this cruise, there's no South African comedy. Comedy is dead, wow. Only Choma Fella is left. First of all, let me tell you what happened before. That's the thing.
One, Choma Fella.
He's a legend, like he's all written. You know what happened? Went to the cruise. Yay. And so we're not so about me and Pops. So when legend Mangel and his team and all those people were having cameras there. They asked us, so it was like a direct session. Hey, that's not right, man.
You guys had dinner?
No, that's not sober. I knew it.
No,
I'm not going to lie and say, yes, that's not sober.
I knew it. We'll see you on the other side of this.
One judge, open this name.
And we're back. He's lit the airwaves and local and international stages on fire with his witty and sometimes raw jokes. His talent has earned him recognition and a fan base across the continent, the US, Australia, and Europe. And you'll find all his videos on YouTube with no less than 10,000 views each. Okay, I'm talking about none other than Skhumba, Big Bang Hlophe. Hlophe. So, is there a big difference between the man on stage and the man at home?
First of all, my wife thinks I'm not funny.
Oh.
Yes. Like, Udi thinks I'm the least funniest person in the world.
Okay.
And then when I have an idea and say, hey, baby,
okay.
I'm going to go on stage and tell people that. And then I go on stage and then that joke kills. I'm like, ah! but she, like, I don't think there's a difference. It's the same person, but you must know where to draw the line. Because unabantwana.
Yeah.
Unabantwana, they must see me as ubaba, not as
a joke.
Skhumba.
Yeah.
They must see me as ubaba.
So, Would your kids, if I had to ask your kids, would they say, wow, Baba strict, yeah, you can't just do anything? Really?
Yesterday, my son nearly, like, if it wasn't for the helpline, my son was gonna get it yesterday. You know what he did? We have it's cold now. We have a gas heater clean.
Yeah.
And I have a 3-month-old baby now. Ne? Yes, it's Nakogong. So my wife is busy cooking. I'm watching this Barcelona people hammering people hard.
Okay.
My son goes and switches off the gas heater without telling anyone. All we heard was, Phoom. What if we vula yonke, Anele?
Yeah.
Could have been a different story. So ngamshaya ngizolo akangiphinde ngimshaye la mntwana.
Uyayazi, but he knows now.
But ngimtshela amagama abuhlungu. I said to him, awufani nami. Think about that. When he goes to sleep, angifani nobaba. Aha. You're my son, but awufani nami. I don't care how he feels. He's like,
but
he doesn't look like me. He looks like my wife. He doesn't look like me. Mara ngimtshela izolo ngathi wena DNA test. Soze uyinuke. Soze uyithole. Yokubhubhu lokuthi andifani notata. Aha. How is that pain now? How is that for pain?
Oh, Skhumba. So the girl, do you parent her differently to the boy?
My kids are all getting the same love.
Ne?
All of them.
So you're not strict out with the girl because she's the girl and you're making her ready to be somebody's wife? Okay.
My daughter behaves like a boy. That's another thing. So
They're fun now.
Yeah, so akafana nami naye. My last born looks exactly like me.
Okay. 3 months lo.
Yeah, not 3 months. Mara ziyashintsha lezi zinto mazikhula ngithi. Bekuthembisa akafani nawe. Hey.
So, okay, I see you. Manje, okay, because you struggled, ne, in your youth, there's a certain character that you have that will you weren't poor. Do you know what I'm saying? You weren't a street child.
I want us to explain struggle.
Kaloku, awungenayo ibhedi yakho.
Yeah, that's not struggle.
But your kids are growing up with their own.
Yeah.
You see, what I'm trying to get to is there's a difference in the way that you grow up and they grow up. So how are you going to make sure that they have the same go for everything, go-getter, hustler, perseverance mentality that you have?
First of all, my kids don't get what they want.
Okay.
They start there. They don't get what they need. They have to work for it.
Okay.
Yes. So I have that mentality. You're not gonna get, oh, but I'm funa in. Okay, I see cholo guban. So they know my problem. If rich empty, my toys. So I give them shows. I'm told they need to know what I'm not gonna get everything, and I'm using what every parent is using now, which is grades. So if you didn't do good in these grades, you know what December is rough for you. Ne? You might go on holiday and might stay behind. You might just go when you're sala, say bye, bye, GG. GG. So they know they need to work hard at school. Because what they need to know that, I did go to school. I need a skill. I have my matric. I didn't have, the bursaries were something of that would never have to.
But to them it's possible.
But hustle, Joe. I'm not gonna go to hustle, get teachers book. No. But you, as a guy and as out here, you need to use what you have to your benefit, young child. Soon I'm using mine. Mashabela is using his. Mashabela movie Marangapa. Mashabela is nominated for Best Kwaito. The country, the country. That's a story for another.
It's a signal from Mama. So from his grandparents' relationship to the barber around the corner in Tembisa to listeriosis, Robert Mugabe, as well as MT Skhumba Hlophe, is taking the South African comedy scene by storm, and there's no stopping his meteoric rise. Whew, I thought I was going to mess that word up, but I'm here. After the break, we wrap the show up with a bit of more comedy from him, and apparently there are thousands of voice notes coming through. We're just gonna play them one after the other, so that so you can hear what they have to say.
I'm famous.
You are famous, man. Skhumba. We're coming back. I'm so sad to say this, but welcome back to the final leg of the show. So Skhumba says he will never run out of jokes ever. As long as he's still alive, he'll still be making you laugh. We recently saw him roast Somizi, DJ Fresh, and Segimazwai, and the master of Twitter clapbacks, Raz Mataz, Fikile Mbalula, getting a 10 out of 10 from everyone who watched because he was simply epic in that roast. If you didn't see it, here's a snippet.
Are you useless? This is nowadays. No, like, you know NC don't take you serious. Like, they don't take you serious, Joe. Like, let's look at your peers. Dr. Mbisen goes. Doctor. EFF, Joe, EFF are going to school. Those bastards are going to school. Every month, someone is graduating there. Yeah? Even Julius. Julius has a degree. We don't know in what. We don't care. Or it's woodwork or whatever. When are you demoted? Are you useless? From being a minister to being someone who hands out t-shirts and pamphlets.
You looked like you had so much fun on that stage.
I had to, Joe.
Yeah.
I had to, and it was a nice roast.
It was.
It was a nice roast, and it was my territory, Joe. Can't come to.
This is true. You can't be outdone at your own work.
No. Huh? I think if I had done bad on that roast, I would not be sitting here talking to you.
Really?
Because one, it could have made people doubt who I am as a comedian and doubt what else can Skhumba do. So I think it was a great platform for me to prove myself. It's not a fluke, or I'm doing what I'm doing right now. It's because I am really good in what I'm doing, and I take my craft and what I do serious. And most of all, it's just a gift, Joe. It's a gift, God-given gift. That's all.
All right, voice notes, please.
Serious. 1,000.
Voice notes.
Yeah.
Hi, Anele. I would like to ask Skhumba does he really have any history with Nsiki Mazwai? Thank you.
Wait, when you say history like what?
Anele, hi, Sharp. Okay, I met you at the airport. Ne? Remember when we were in Durban?
In Durban, yes.
And it was the morning. You saw how we were. Ne?
Yes.
Yeah. So
you guys were hidden in bacon and chips because I could see the night was big.
So when you, let's say you know each other and say, hey, I was Skhumba. So we have history now. Ne?
Oh. Okay, so that was purely, it's jokes, guys. Laugh at it and let's all move on.
Come on, David. Why are we sticking to these things? Let's move on.
Next thing.
Also,
a roast, you meant to be roasted.
Come on now.
I mean, when I
yeah.
Remember when I did the roast and someone said to me, Anele's career is taking off. It's a pity her metabolism can't keep up.
Dude. And you have to go back to your car and drive home.
Yeah,
with all those things being said to you. Someone said I'm an elephant. Everyone missed that part.
Yeah.
When I responded, everyone missed that part. But no, but yeah.
What are you like when you're angry? Because we've never seen you angry. And to us, it always looks like, hey, be bad.
I'm human, Joe. I get angry. I do get angry. And when growing up, we never had role models. I think we had one guy, Jonas Mkwanas. He was playing for Cosmos and was working at the bank. He was the only guy that was wearing a tie. It's either criminals or criminals or more criminals. And because crime was the only thing that was in front of our faces. So, side lamb, but hey, I'm doing comedy, Joe. That's what I'm focusing on. If this thing makes, that's why we have managers and people that manage your life. When something is when I just buy this, I was talking about, what is your zoo?
Okay, you still think chicken?
Yeah, wow. So chicken, wow, really? Skate.
Actually, funny enough, please roll that voice note. Please roll another one.
Okay, hi Anele. I love you, Anele. I love you, and girl. Skhumba ngicela roast Anele nje kancane. Like just roast her, just nje kancane. 2 minutes nyana, please.
Yes. No, this is the thing here. You know when people are expecting something, you don't give it to them. But labo banganakanga khona. but.
So when you have an element of surprise.
Jay, an element of surprise. But I want to know, with all the things that you have done, you have never considered going to a dentist, try one, and then try one. Uvale lento, uvale nje la. Hey. Hayi phela hayi shem. Mina mangivula TV inembobo. Ngithi la TV. SABC inembobo. Kanti hayi uwe. Uwe nekhephi yakho. Oruthala iChampions nyana uvale la right? All the money you have to, like Anele Mdoda, you work for white people, ngada, we are working for white people who SABC, SABC 3 income, like not darky. It's rough, like hey, it's long salani, let's say Bitcoin. You know what? It's a ngale game.
If you are in Port Elizabeth, you can catch Skhumba as he brings his new live show, #JustForControl, to the boardwalk this Saturday. Thank you so much to my guest, Skhumba Hlophe, for gracing us with his presence. Thank you to Tumelo, Ramaphosa, and Sakile Dlamini, Obama Bitcoin. Yeah.
President. Hele mpumulo leyana hayi ishawela yonke. Ishawela la mpumulo.
Yeah, guys, for myself and the team, good evening. This is how it was always going to go.
Let's hope you pull a neck. You pull a neck, you're late, Samar, and it'll go around, man. Who understand?
We're back tomorrow. Same time, same place with Bongani Bengwa. Thing was up next.
Skhumba wena ra rata hle re pila re urbeletse mo SABC 1 mo shwela ga o ela ya la bonela.
Skhumba ka mo forsta na uthia mo khaba go throwback Thursday SABC 1 6:30 siege boss.
Skhumba siyabona.
You know, he's my future husband, so that's how I know him.
I like your jokes too much, and then you are so funny, man. So I wish good luck more than to keep it the way like in SABC 1 na lo sisi lo actor naye.